After new details emerged last week confirming that Anthony Weiner continued his sexting habits, CBS Face the Nation host Bob Schieffer decided that he had a few words for the New York mayoral candidate. Check out what he said on Sunday's program.
What can be said about the Anthony Weiner story that hasn't been said before? Actually, several things. One, it is not funny. It is sickening. Two, it is important. The mayor of New York is not only the most powerful municipal post in America, but because New York is so big and is the media capital of the world, the mayor of New York occupies a bully pulpit, second in bullyishness only to that of the White House. The rest of us may not like it, but what the mayor of New York says matters far beyond the New York City limits, which is why someone with Anthony Weiner's problems has no business there and should leave the race. Anthony Weiner is not an entertaining kook. He is a new age flasher.
I mean, I agree with Bob. A lot of people might agree with Bob. I mean, what do you make of what he said? Do we see more people taking that stance?
We do. I mean, on the Sunday talk show, on the Sunday shows yesterday, many people were echoing these statements of what is he doing, what is Anthony Weiner doing in the New York City mayoral race, which is a valid question after these most recent revelations. So Schieffer, though, I think went even further and he sort of demolished Anthony Weiner with this statement. And Bob Schieffer does often insert opinion clips like that into Face the Nation. It's a common thing for him to do, but he was sort of
tough.
Ruthless.
Right. I think he should be, though. You know, it's funny. We were talking here just the other day when the story was breaking. There were a lot of people, even in our newsroom, who feel like he should stay in the race. People will still vote for him, especially, you know, New Yorkers, for whatever reason, suggesting the Democrats might be okay with this. But I don't know. I think the writing's on the wall, right?
I agree with you. I also think that there's something a little strange for people to call for someone to exit a political race. It seems very very bizarre and not very, you know, democratic in certain ways. Yeah. He should absolutely be able to run.
Right.
There's just, I think the onus is really on the press and on the other candidates to, if people are feeling that he should be out of the race, to really make the case for that, as opposed to calling, to make the case rather for voters not to vote for him instead of saying he should exit the race. That seems a little far-fetched.
I mean, either way, I think no one really wants to be talking, whether domestically or internationally, about our mayor's Weiner.
Absolutely not.
Right.